Strategic alignments, progressive initiatives, and exploring growth opportunities are key elements that play out in all Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's engagements and official activities. So, what's the story like in recent times? Find out in this special broadcast from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show. We'll be right back. The Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led government has taken a bold step to ensure a more sustainable, friendly system that will take waste in Lagos as a resource for wealth, with the signing of a waste management and processing concession with Zoom Lion Nigeria of Accra, Ghana, and Lagos State. For Mr. Governor, who witnessed the signing ceremony, the move is a major game changer in the waste management business in the city of Lagos.
Brand new partner, Zoom Lion Nigeria Limited, led by Dr. Joseph, all the way from Accra in Ghana, but of course with all his Nigerian partners here, represented by Zoom Lion and Joe Spong. Let me, on behalf of the entire government and people of Lagos, let me congratulate us on a journey that started almost 18 months ago, where strategy met with vision, where audacity to change met with sense of purpose, where we handshake a relationship across border, where as a government and as a people, we sought and we found common grounds with our neighbors and our brothers, where we did not shy away from accepting and realizing that where something has worked and is doing well, we all can collaborate and engage further. You can say that, yes, the GDP or the population of Lagos far exceeds Accra. But when you see something working and it's working well and it's been proven, even if you're a big lion, humility will tell you that you should learn and you should learn fast. A relationship that we have tested, we have seen, and we're convinced that the skills and the expertise will work here in Lagos. We did not shy from taking up this responsibility. And so today you've just witnessed the official commencement of a mutually beneficial relationship between a forward-looking private sector company and a committed public sector government. We believe that what we've just witnessed will change completely the strategy, the management, and the output and the outcome of how waste management is conducted in Lagos State. We are convinced that this will improve not only our fiscal environment in terms of waste management and waste generation, but it will reverse what hitherto used to be a burden and a menace that we need to be able to deal with.
On his part, Mr. Joseph, the MD of Zoom Lion Nigeria, assured Mr. Governor that the collaboration will surely be a successful project.
Your Excellency, this ceremony today personally is a testament of a true reflection of a collaboration of African countries, and it's a trust. What I humbly consider is that not that there are no big companies or great companies in waste management in the world, but for you to choose Ghana and Zoom Lion Nigeria as a partner is a trust and a collaboration. And I humbly want to pledge that we will not downplay this trust. We will confidently and wholeheartedly work to the timelines of this collaboration. I have known your leadership in Lagos State and how you have developed Lagos State. You choose your contractors very well, and you stir up leadership to execute your contracts. This is a testimony for us, and we have to prove ourselves.
The recent court's visit to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu by the Dean and founder of Rome Business School, Nigeria, Professor Anthony Rakuza, was to sustain the already existing relationship with the institution and Lagos in the area of human capacity development. Mr. Governor, who acknowledged the great opportunities offered by the institution for civil servants in Lagos, appreciated the gesture of Professor Rakuza for his institution's support.
I wanted to share three ideas, if you allow me, for the state. One thing that, first of all, we wanted to offer you, Mr. Governor, is the opportunity of free training for your leadership team in areas that can be related to management, project management, communication, governance, fully customizable based on the needs of your team and of your leadership. Secondly, we thought to do something greater for Lagos State and for the administration with the idea of launching, I would say, a Lagos scholarship program. So offering 220, 250 scholarships for our master's program in business and management for selected Lagosians that have special merit or special desire to grow. Each scholarship will be worth 1 million naira, covering a good amount of our tuition fee. Once again, to contribute to the youth, but in general to the growth of Lagos State, that to me, and I'm seeing that the growth in these years of Lagos is destined and is already, I would say, an international hub of culture, of media, of business, of entertainment. So many things are happening, and being here also with your guidance and leadership is an incredible opportunity. So finding a way to give something back to the state and to your administration, for us, it's fantastic. So we would like to offer this, obviously, with your support, with your leadership, as a combined effort by Lagos government and Rome Business School Nigeria for the Lagos community. Third point, to conclude, we would like to have a personal, I would say, dedication and gift for you. So an honorary doctorate of business administration by Rome Business School Nigeria to Mr. Governor for all his leadership, commitment, and I would say boost that you're giving to the growth of Lagos and Nigeria.
Prof, thank you very much. I listened to, your plan to support us, in three different areas: training and capacity development, bespoke training that will fit into maybe executive management sort of program, maybe commissioners or PAMSECs, but they will take it back and work with my people, and we'll see what bracket of people, what class size, But the interesting one is the second one, which is for a larger number of people, 200 to 250, on a scholarship, basis. We'll work with you to see how, we can design that, and how do we identify people, that will, appreciate, what Rome Business School is doing for them, and be able to be good ambassadors and alumni, at the end of their training. So that for me is really, dear to my heart, because this one is the larger people outside there that would never believe they would got this opportunity. The third one, which is about me, I think is an honor. Quite frankly, I feel truly honored, with this. I say to them that, for me, I always, want to, acknowledge more of the honor, when I think I've finished this job. But I'll take yours. I'll take yours, because I've been offered, honorary consul, and I kept saying, is it because I'm governor? Am I truly deserving of it? Have I earned it? And it's important as a leader to know that indeed people genuinely, want to, give you these things because you've worked for it, you've earned it,
The need to sustain and drive strategic partnership and collaboration between the European Union and the Lagos State government formed the crux of discussion during a courtesy visit by the EU ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Gotnot, to Governor Sanwo-Olu. They both identified significant business opportunities that will be of great advantage and benefit to both parties.
We are enhancing this presence here. First, of course, our economic presence is very strong. As you know, the EU is the first trade and investment partner by far of Nigeria. And of course, most of our economic presence is based here in Lagos. And we have now still new European Chamber of Commerce, Eurocham, which is really growing very rapidly to represent and gather the European companies in Nigeria. And so that's why I thought it was important to bring them with me today. And that's why we have the president of Eurocham, Mr. Yann Gilbert, exactly, two distinguished members of the board, Andreas Vos and Kunle Olunsanya, and the executive secretary of Eurocham, Laura Mensa. They are growing very rapidly, already around 70 members, and it's growing by the day, more or less. And we are very much we are working very closely with them, and we are also supporting them in this growth, so that they serve as an interlocutor also for federal and state authorities as representatives, let's say, of European business here. Of course, also coordinating with bilateral chambers of commerce that some of our member states have here in Nigeria. And we have also another European presence upcoming, which is the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. You surely have heard already about it. This is part of what we call Team Europe, the European Union, the member states, the European Investment Bank, and now the EBRD, which is extending its mandate to Nigeria and a few more West African countries, and will open offices here in Lagos probably in September. They are already working on the pipeline of projects. It's a bank which is more focused on the private sector funding compared with EIB, which is more focused on the public sector, so they're very much complementary, and it will boost our offer in terms of cooperation.
For the EU, we appreciate their place, and we know how critical and strategic they are, and the level of the partnership, and the business relationship they have with the country as a body. They're the biggest, and it's important that we appreciate that. We know that there are 27 strong members, 19 in the country. So we appreciate that. That's the strength in that number. But individually too, we still have one-on-one relationship with them. So we'll continue to push on that. And I want to assure you, Mr. Ambassador, that your own tenure, your own time here in the country will certainly deepen that relationship. And like you said, with your own charge-out vision is to grow it, is to see a wider range of companies coming in. And I also want to thank you on a very hard-won, Oyedepo project. Your predecessor too was part of the whole team. I had been to Paris at some point, in time to sort of like also push that forward. We've been on that journey for over 2 years now, and so we're all happy that we can finally, come to a final signing, on that project. We believe it's a project that will signpost, the real essence of partnership, and the real drivers of change in our community. Lagos, as you would have seen, is 1/3 surrounded by water. It's a small, tiny land area, 3,600 square kilometers, that sees over 10% of the country's population, and 1/3 of that 3,000, it's actually water. So it's just like a tiny little that is surrounded by water. So we need to be able to enhance the economy that we have on that water. We need to be able to build infrastructure around it and make sure that we can solve social economic problems using, efficient, effective public transportation, as a means of doing. And that was our vision when we came in. And we're truly excited and glad that, the EU with the NECO project, AFD especially, have been able to tie in with this.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, received in audience the MD CEO of a newly licensed commercial bank by the Central Bank of Nigeria, Alpha Morgan, on a courtesy visit to acquaint Mr. Governor of their past support to the Lagos State government and future plans and support to business investments of the government.
While we were asset managers, we were supporting the government in our own little way. Environmentally, we have adopted about 3 or 4 locations in Lagos. Osborne Road, we're the one that is maintaining that median with Last Park. Drosomieti Road in Lekki in the front of Evercare Hospital, we're the one that adopted that. The 1004, from 1004 to the Babish, we adopted it, and just to give back to the state and prevent people from crossing the road and killing themselves and adding a little value to the state. Aside from that, some issuances that the state has been involved, we have participated as an issuer and as an investor in our own little way. And politically too, we have been supporting the government quietly in our own little way and creating employment. 3 years ago, we started the journey of metamorphosing into a commercial bank, and 3 governors actually worked on our license. Luckily, the current governor, Yemi Cardoso, approved our license as a commercial bank, and we just felt that it would be out of place to be operating in this great city without coming to pay homage to His Excellency and come and tell you that we are available to continue to support the state, even on a larger scale now. And aside from that, see how the government can be of support to our business by way of either collection, whichever way the state can support us.
Mr. Governor equally gave his assurance to deepen the relationship with the bank by exploring key financial investment opportunities.
To congratulate you, to say that for you and your shareholders and stakeholders to have gotten a fresh banking license means that you have an idea of what you want to do, you have a clear goal, and have a clear target of how you want to play in the market. I dare say that there is never a time that is too late. You should not be discouraged by the many number of figures your colleagues might have in the system today. It's a function of what are the product and the service, and how do you want to differentiate yourself. What are the things that will interest and endear your customers to you, and be able to attract and retain them. But it's also interesting to know that you've been working indirectly with some organs of the Lagos State government, especially on some sort of like a CSR basis. We want to thank you, for that. It goes to show that you are part of a larger community of being socially responsible as a corporate organization. In the note that I see, you also want to see opportunity around, partaking in bond issuance and bond raise for capital and the rest of it. They are here. We're planning a bond issuance program, and it will be open to all. Right? We have clear appetite in how we want to grow the state and how we want to implement some of our, laudable, far-reaching, public-facing developmental goals. So we believe that whatever money we raise from the market is really to improve the quality of life for our citizens.
And that's the package from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show. Thanks for watching.